I'm trying to figure out why, with all the presidents that have been in office and retired, why is it that these socialist politicians who are either running for office or trying to push an agenda always pull out that walking corpse, Barack Obama? Why is it? I mean, this man is a disgrace to this country. He is a huge disappointment. And every time, a socialist politician, whether it's Mandani, whether it's Abigail Span.
Worry that states, districts all over the country now will just go tit for tat trying to do this, not every 10 years, but whenever they feel the need.
I certainly think that that is a fair concern, which is why absolutely when Democrats take a majority in the House of Representatives, my hope and expectation will be that there will be serious conversations about redistricting reforms and the process by which all 50 states will take on redistricting efforts.
Whenever they have an agenda and they're trying to violate the Constitution, they always pull out Barack Obama. And that should tell you what we had to deal with during the 8 years under the Barack Obama administration. He constantly disregarded the Constitution. He did things that if Trump was to do it, he'd be in prison. He'd be under the jail. But they always pull Barack Obama out. Why does this man not just retire and disappear from public life? He's always in the camera trying to push something, whether it's the alphabet community, whether it's the socialist takeover of Virginia. It doesn't matter.
Yes, this is a question a lot of people keep asking about Obama. Like, why can't he retire every single day? They always pull this guy out when things like this are happening. We saw what happened recently with Virginia. Obama actually did like a campaign. When you take a look at what is going on, Virginia redistricting fight is headed to the state high court Thursday after a Red County judge who previously tried to spoon the years can throw a wrench into certification process late Wednesday. Now it is going up to this level. When you take a look at how Democrats are responding to this, some are actually panicking because they know that this might not be in their favor.
Now let's talk about the big political bombshell that happened this week, which was the state of Virginia. They gerrymandered out of the state. And I hate to sound like a 5-year-old, but Trump started it. He did. I mean, now it's out of control, but that's just the fact. He started it. He encouraged Texas to do this, where they and I thought, like, I had Eric Holder on, like, not that many, a couple of years ago, and it was like, we're going to fix gerrymandering, and we're going to stop it, because, gerrymandering is just not fair. Both sides do it. And then Trump just, of course, had to make it worse. So now Virginia, it looks like it's going to be only the suburbs. We were talking to the governor of Maryland there, only his people, his constituents in that area. Those are the suburbs around D.C. That's part of Virginia, and they're all, mostly, they do work in the government. That's why so many government workers got fired. So many people in Maryland got fired, because they're government workers. They're going to gerrymander the state so like almost all the votes are coming from there, and the rest of the state's a big state full of hicks. And I say that not in a mean way. Hicks don't have to be stupid.
Actually, turns out you're not going to say why. He's not going to tell you why, right? The truth of it is you actually need either unanimous consent or 2/3 of a vote to add an amendment. And they completely skipped that part, right? And on top of that, they broke the 90-day waiting period as well by their own constitution, right? They just wanted to gerrymander their state for power. And they wanted to make it completely impossible for Republicans to ever have any kind of chance in that state. And to be clear, I think gerrymandering is bullshit. I don't think it was cool when Texas did it, and I don't think it's cool, especially the way that Virginia tried to slam through it. The truth of the matter about Virginia that old Aaron here is not going to tell you is that governor ran on affordability and hating Donald Trump. So, of course, everyone went out and voted for her, supposedly. And the truth of the matter is she got into office and started raising taxes across the board on everybody. Every little thing that she ran on, she did the complete opposite of. Imagine that. But Aaron here won't talk about that. No. They won't talk about that because they're angry. They're angry that they lost the election. They're angry that they're absolutely powerless to do anything about it. So what are they going to do? They're going to cheat as usual. If you can't win an election by being honest.
This argument that Democrats struggle to bring every single day, like, oh, Trump started it, Republicans started it. I have seen this over and over. At some point, if you go back in time, you can actually know the truth why this is happening. Democrats have done this more often. When you take a look at this,
stone of our democracy, but right now they are under threat.
The process of political gerrymandering, I think, is damaging to Congress. Gerrymandering means citizens' voices are being diminished. By voting yes, you have a chance to do something important. Not just for the Commonwealth, but for our entire country. Even a former president, who are joining together to end gerrymandering and ensure that our democracy is living up to its founding promise. By voting yes, you can push back against the Republicans trying to give themselves an unfair advantage in the midterms. And we're counting on you to help ensure a reasonable, transparent redistricting process that honors our ideal of equal representation.
Taking a look at these, Virginia Republicans are urging the court to take up their challenge to the ballot measures, which voters approved 51% to 49%, and is expected to redraw the state congressional district to give Democrats a 10-1 majority in the House delegation. Gov officials argue the ballot measures process was illegitimate and pressure is on to save every Republican her House seat they can with the U.S. midterm election fast approaching and the Republican majority in Congress hanging by a thread. Okay, when you take a look at these, you can clearly see that according to Republicans, Virginia rigged Democrat map is doomed at the state Supreme Court. This is what I saw Benny Johnson posted. Former attorney, I will not be surprised to see a 7-0 ruling against this referendum. If I were a betting man, I would bet with heavy odds that the referendum is nullified because of this. You can actually see, at some point, you realize Republicans are confident, like they are going to throw this out. This is what I see every day on social media since this happened. Now, I want you to know, concerning this argument, Democrats struggle to bring every day, like Republicans started this.
Brad, good evening to you. Plus, creating a lot more chaos ahead of November's midterms.
Donald Trump and Republicans launch this gerrymandering war. We're going to finish it.
Tonight, Democrats are claiming victory after Virginia voters narrowly approved a referendum giving state lawmakers power to redraw congressional maps this year.
Corny. Y'all are so corny. I swear to God, like, this is what y'all got to do to win elections? Obviously, we don't want y'all. Like, your party is...
By the way, Virginia Governor Abigail Spanberger celebrating the win in yesterday's redistricting vote, voters narrowly approving a new pro-Democrat congressional map in a controversial referendum that critics have slammed as a, quote, power grab.
Democrats say they felt emboldened to act after Republicans in Texas redistricted too. Governor Abigail Spanberger and former President Obama, they were the ones leading the effort in the Commonwealth.
It's going to lose their congressional representation. How do you think the people in the military know?
I'm begging you, when you see my clips, hit the videos and share. That is the only possible way we can struggle to come down.
I'm in support of that.
Until the First Lady brought them back with her surprise statement last week.
How does this benefit?
I'm an actor.
I'm an actor.
Creative content.
Yeah, why are you not looking forward to the White House fight?
Well, it's kind of a gimmick.
I have 300.